Well, that was fun. Gaius is continuing to drink his tea, but we have other things to do.
I wish I could drink Gaius' tea.
You probably can. I'm sure someone's made
No.
a recipe for Nord tea.
I mean his actual tea. Just mess with him.
Oh, okay. So working our way north, we're gonna hit up the church. We're gonna talk to everyone along the way because this is a real Trails LP now.
So much talking to random incidental characters.
Yes, exactly.
Twice! How bold.
Yes, that's what I do. I'm going to talk to Alan as well. We know Alan. We helped him figure out his thing with his girlfriend because they were in different...
I forgot his name, I forgot his hair, I remembered the pimps.
Okay.
Also, I just noticed that Reen has some sort of fancy design on his back and Alan didn't.
That's true.
Is it a Class 7 thing, or is it
Maybe.
a Reen's being a rebel thing?
Maybe it's Reen being a rebel. This kid has a crush on some girl.
That's something that's never happened before in a video game.
Right?
Trails is breaking new ground.
Yes, it is.
It's funny
What?
that this event, which was organized and carried out by students from Thor's and can be
Is it-
considered one of Trista's customary events,
Yes, I sat on that text
is
box a
something that
little
we
too.
really didn't interact with at all.
I think we're going to be interacting with it. The wind...
A wind orchestra does not have a violinist.
Fair.
Like,
No, you're right.
it should be winds.
Yeah, well, no, maybe Gaius came up with the name of it.
My question is, do most of their so a lot of the names in our culture are like derived from the Bible and religion. Have they created a religion where all these people's names are like derived from? Because some of them
No.
said they their name means such and such, right?
Have they?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember that. I mean, they have, a lot of them have very regular names like Emma and Laura and Elliot.
I think they just went to Europe, dialed it back a couple hundred years,
Pretty
and
much.
pulled out a baby book.
Okay.
Like Kurt's a very normal name,
Yeah.
but Mint is a much less of a common name.
I've heard it before.
You've heard people named Mint?
Yeah.
Annie's a fine name, like a regular name. Emil,
Sure.
slightly less.
Emily?
No, that ended with an E.
Yeah, Emily. E-M-I-L-E.
Okay, I've always seen that spelled with a Y, but okay.
Why can't it be spelled with an E?
I mean,
If you're just throwing...
I can. Sure.
We've
why
got
not?
Teisel over here.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's fine just saying
And
that they're
then
throwing letters around.
Hebel. Hybel.
Well, I think Hebel fights Mumra or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then we have Bridget, so... It's a weird smattering of normal names and very less than normal names. Like, Reen is not a very common name. Elisa kind of is, but... And then Mint.
Yeah. So is this just supposed to be a, This looks just like a solos, as opposed to an actual orchestra or anything like that.
Well, maybe the music club is just very, very small.
Well, sure, but this is definitely chamber groups. You know,
Okay.
one person playing with the accompaniment of piano,
Sure.
which is fine because there's really no room for an actual orchestra on that stage.
Yeah, it's a very small church.
Yep.
And now Harry and Ron are going to have some nerve calming time.
Did he just do that?
That's not the first time we've done that.
What, calling them Harry and Ron? I think so.
Maybe in as many words, but I mean, I called Patrick Draco Malfoy.
Well, yeah, but that's a completely different character. The only thing that those two people have in common with Harry Potter characters is their
Main
hair
character, sidekick, red-haired sidekick.
Elliot is not a
main character.
sidekick.
What?
I said Elliot is not a sidekick.
He's totally a sidekick.
He's below sidekick.
Oh my god, why are you so mean to him?
Because he's...
It's Elliot. He deserves it.
What did he do?
He literally
I
rolled
don't
a
know.
natural 1 on personality.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow, if I didn't already have an episode title for this one, that would be a good one.
You know, you can actually change the title before you put the video.
Oh,
on YouTube.
I know I can, but I like my other title a little bit better. They're both good. They're both good. So I guess we're not going to talk about Elliot's bonding event, despite it happening right now.
I mean,
Like,
did he get to play in the
it's-
big Battle of the Bands yet?
That's what this
there
is.
isn't it's not even a battle of the bands.
Well, that's true.
Kusnox is really unimpressed.
Yeah, but your cat is unimpressed by everything.
It is a cat.
Some cats are impressed by some things.
Yeah, that's fair. Some are doofy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's good for Reen and Elliot to talk about, hey, remember when we went to Heimdall? Yeah, we were in Heimdall. It was the capital. That is not true, Elliot.
He's going to try.
Like, unless he's the next Chopin, is not going to happen. And
What
he
about
can't
the
be the next Chopin because he played the piano.
What if he's the next Yo-Yo Han? Yo-Yo Ma.
Then
know
he
my-
would be sitting down.
Yeah.
That's true. So this is a very small orchestra. It's a flute, a violin, and a piano.
Yeah, that's a trio, and if they're in a trio, they should not be playing like that.
Yeah, but they're
Spec-
playing passionately and pouring everything they have into every note.
They were all standing in a line. That's not how they should be. They should be standing in places where they can look at the other performers and get cues from each other during the performance. It's part of being in a chamber group. That's why they're interesting and not just a smaller orchestra. Because there's a more intimate connection between the individual
But it was a
performers.
resounding success.
Well, that's just because churches are known for being very echoey.
It brought their instructor to tears.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
Wow. You are determined to be displeased by this.
Well, I played the cello in high school and then stopped afterwards because I wasn't very good at it from the start. But at least I know how, small group music is supposed to be done, and it's not like that.
What, you mean you're
Okay.
not supposed to have
It-
enough distance between you that it actually messes with all the timing?
Exactly.
So what you're saying is...
That they're
what you're saying
terrible!
is, this Japanese RPG has not accurately reproduced what an actual orchestra is like.
Oh, they have orchestras.
I was
in
gonna
Japan.
say, I was like, and by that factor, that is insulting to everyone involved. Like,
Yeah.
you know one of the oldest stereotypes in, like, child rearing in Japanese culture, right?
Sure, yeah.
Piano and violin.
It's more Japanese or Chinese than that.
I would say maybe on the West Coast, but I've been told on the East Coast it's often seen as coming from mainly the
maybe.
Japanese community is where a lot of that. Or
Which is weird because the Japanese community on the East Coast is way smaller.
He was not pleased.
Nope.
He was bored.
You hear that? You know what might have gotten rid of a couple of those mistakes?
Sure.
being able to see anything or listen to the other people you're playing with. You don't have a conductor. There's nobody whose job it is to make sure
Maybe
that
they
the three
practiced
of
so well that they didn't need those cues.
you... Apparently not. Thanks, Instructor Makarov. You've got my back. I appreciate you talking to all the NPCs.
Well, he is the orbital science instructor, so he would have your back.
Does that mean he knows about the lovely excitement of chemistry?
Probably.
Or is it more of an electrical engineering thing?
It's probably more of an EE thing.
It's going to be more of an electrical engineering thing. I don't even know if there is chemistry in this.
I don't know. I saw
like a
gunfire.
formal-
Well, there
like
has to be. Yeah, we have gunpowder.
Well,
there are orbital
gunpowder
guns, though.
predates chemistry as a
That's
thing.
true. And there are
That
orbital
I would
guns.
disagree with.
Chemistry or alchemy?
I mean, just because you have a name that isn't the modern interpretation, I mean, alchemy was, in essence, we call it a pseudoscience now because the overall goal was very specific. But it was chemistry.
Alchemy was the precursor to chemistry. The two fields differ in, like, the way they try and do things.
Yeah, but
Like, certainly they both worked with chemicals and causing,
Well, it's like the
reactions
start
between
of the
them.
periodic table was, in fact, in alchemy, and it was because they thought they were literally mapping, like, the life cycle of metals or matter or something. I can't remember what it was. Wasn't it something like that?
Maybe the periodic table is a listing of the elements, but I think that the periodic table itself was devised in, like, the 16, maybe 17.
No, yeah. Well, like, yeah, the modern numbers of the periodic table and understanding was definitely not alchemy. But it was like, there were people that, like, it was some of the early orders, like, by weight, and so gold was in a certain area, copper was in a different and stuff. There
Sure.
was, like, a mapping of those elements that was trying to kind of, I guess, simplify everything. Is the easiest way to, I think, to put it.
Unify, I think, is what the word you're looking for.
Yeah, unify would be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but
And it's like,
the fundamental practices of the two fields were different enough that I'm very happy to call one a precursor of the other.
and that's what I'm definitely
But
doing.
I'm not going to say they're the same thing.
No, but I
Sure.
mean, I guess for me, like, a precursor, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but I'm definitely saying they're on the same timeline. Like, if you are a modern
sure.
person and you say, I studied alchemy, you're most likely Mr. Anderson playing World of Warcraft.
Yes, correct.
And yes, to the internet world, my AP chemistry teacher, while we were taking exams, would play World of Warcraft as an alchemist.
In class?
Yes, like while
Yeah,
we were taking
That's
our
fantastic, actually.
What is he going to do during an exam?
Fair.
I think also,
And if you
great
wanted
papers.
to play with
He
him,
would
you
let-
had
he
to
would let students
answer
meet up with you.
questions.
yes,
Like, he actually
He had to
gave you
answer
a
a couple
test if
chemistry
you wanted to
questions
play with
first.
him.
Like a WoW test?
No,
no, like
an
chemistry.
actual
Oh,
extra
okay.
extra points chemistry test. And you had to score.
Oh, wow.
I never took it because I never had a computer in high school fast enough to play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Yui, that means that you took that test and passed?
I took
No.
it because a couple of other people were, and I was told it was for extra points. And oddly enough, chemistry was like the best science course I took in high school. Hence taking like
I liked physics a lot more than chemistry just because
Wait,
of the,
I thought you did play with
memorization.
him. Or did you just
No.
mention that he played?
I just mentioned that he played.
yeah.
Okay.
No, he
Like, I played World of Warcraft for a very short amount of time, basically by myself, and didn't enjoy it much.
yeah.
Right.
I played for I think a total of 40. Like I played a day, not 24 hours, but I played for like a day with
Yeah.
the free because they gave you those like free day passes or something early on.
Yeah.
And just my computer could not handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, well, this is kind of. I also think I picked the wrong class. I was like a necromancer or something, and it was like
maybe.
I couldn't like there was like very little I could do in the start, and I was like, well, I'm done. But
Yeah, that seems pretty
I
reasonable.
really, really, really loved my teacher, and I really enjoyed the logic behind chemistry.
Mhm.
So
Good
Okay,
bonding event with Crow, guys. Well done.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking, oh, hey, this actually kind of works because nobody cares about Crow right now.
I just,
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
That's why I was so happy with it.
But
So that was the Crow bonding event.
Yeah.
Moving on.
What's the next one? Go to the alchemy
looks like
field.
we're gonna-
Going to the alchemy field.
You mean the Academy Field?
Oh damn it! I didn't read it. I was really excited that it was the alchemy field. I was like, I would have asked what that was, but
Yeah.
Paula is duteous.
Well, it's not like you can just put a horse in a... No,
Yeah.
never leave a horse in a hot car.
If you can fit the horse into a car.
They have horse trailers.
Sure.
Just have one of those, but have it instead be a car. And hot. And put a horse in it. Except don't.
I'm not going to, because I don't have any horses.
Then I guess this word of warning is wasted on you.
Indeed.
Wait, is she complaining about club drama in front of the people who are being
Yes.
annoying? Yeah, that sounds like Elisa. It was kind of rude of you to just laugh at Elisa. Like, consider all the hard work she puts into whatever it is she does.
Lacrosse?
This is not a lacrosse field.
This is the lacrosse club.
Okay.
Okay, that's a very, very bad line.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That is the proper response. 50-meter dash competition time.
Mm-hmm. There was definitely a joke to be made about bitters, but I don't know enough about alcohol to make it.
Globe?
what?
Yeah, Globe's not a mixologist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh god, that term.
I was a bartender for a few months in South and Central America.
Oh, cool.
Oh, is that how you paid for your way back?
Sometimes,
Part of
yeah.
it.
One time I actually built
Nice.
a bar.
Wow.
I mean, not by
See,
Well, you
that's
start
how
out
you
with a
spell
bar of-
Emily.
not by myself, but
Also, it's forging a bar. The things are made out of metal.
well, it's not.
True.
No, this one was made of wood. I was surprised you didn't
There
go
was
with
a- I
think that's
why
called
didn't
a
you,
stick.
why build it when you can just take it, is what you should have said.
Oh, yeah. Then you would be like your dad.
Yep. Instead, I don't want to say I'm the opposite of a lawyer, but I'm definitely on a different spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not accepting it.
She
she's gonna
refuses
be-
to accept this.
Yeah.
Did she lose?
Yes.
Well,
Repeatedly.
you couldn't tell because
By the way, what's with
Because
the
the screen went
numbers?
black.
the academics
Did
or the athletics going on were very riveting and
Did
engaging.
they
I
play
can't believe
polo?
you didn't,
Is that what's going on?
didn't catch it.
They're the lacrosse team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why they're skirts.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
wearing skirts. That's not why they're skirts.
Yeah, why
I-
their skirts is a different has a different meaning.
Yep.
I would imagine
See,
that
that's how you spell
polo
the
and
word
skirts
the
would
name
be
Emily.
difficult. But then you get it confused with the other Emily.
Or maybe the other one isn't pronounced Emily.
You can have multiple spellings of a name with the same pronunciation.
Or
I mean, I guess.
I mean, think of how many possible ways your name could be spelled.
You mean twice?
No. Your name predates modern spelling, so there are probably hundreds.
Okay, fine. Some numbers definitely predates modern spelling.
Well, which numbers?
wait, now we
Some
look like
numbers
the
do.
bad guys.
Unfortunately, we don't get to play this battle.
It's going to turn out that she was an activist for PETA, and she's very pissed off.
Well, she did ask them not to eat her, so probably not.
Do you think that members of PETA like being devoured by animals?
If the choice is be eaten or eat or be eaten, probably.
You know, it's a kind of wackadoodle organization, but you're giving them a bad name. which is impressive. Because Elisa's both aggravating and a know-it-all.
Oh man, they just wanted to be friends with each other, but they couldn't admit it. Isn't it sad?
No, it's happy. Can't you hear the music?
Sure. Yeah, let's stop being bitches to each other and just be, less bitchy.
Beaches. Let's stop being beaches.
Yep, that is a much more appropriate term to use.
Do you guys think something like Hong Kong is gonna happen again?
Meaning what?
What?
Like, where like a conflict is gonna cause like two countries to be like, okay, wait. Let's just do this, and like literally like leasing of a part of a country will happen.
Well, I mean, Guantanamo Bay is leased from Cuba.
Yeah, I thought that was more like a demilitarized, like kind of like North and South Korea.
No.
Guantanamo Bay is literally a military base. It's kind of the opposite of demilitarized.
No,
a
demilitarized
it was
zone,
literally
like...
leased from Cuba in like the 1910s.
Okay.
And it was not leased for a fixed period. So as long as the U.S. keeps sending a yearly check of like $2,000 or whatever, they get to keep it.
Yeah. Also,
it was also not indexed to inflation.
Also, internet names.
Numbers.
Demilitarized zone has never actually fundamentally meant
there's no military there.
Military. It actually usually means the opposite.
Okay.
Because remember, the DMZ is the most highly densely landmined region in the world. And there is like standing armies literally on each side of it.
On each side, but not in the actual zone.
Well, that's also
incorrect. That's where
there are literally military bases next to each, like literally brick to brick to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like and like, there's this room where they do the negotiations, but they don't really do the negotiations. They all do all the negotiations like in China, and like that's where they're actually able to talk and stuff. And
yeah, the negotiations are officially held in that room.
Yeah.
Much like if you've ever seen Battlestar Galactica, at the very start of that, there's the room where the humans and the Cylons are supposed to meet and all that.
Right.
I vaguely remember
it's pretty much
Armistice.
just like that.
Armistice Station.
Yeah.
Is the original plot of that the Cylons want to actually kill all humans and exterminate them? Why is that?
Vendetta.
But I mean, they have to be smart enough to realize that which created them can also continue.
No, because they're better.
Well, I mean, so they're able to fix any and all issues, like if a solar flare happens or something.
I mean, they did that for, I think, in the new BSG, the second one, I think, like, they were on their own for, like,
40 years
or something. Oh, was it 40?
It was 40 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cylon War ended, like, 40 some odd years before the series.
Got it.
But, like, the machines became sentient and rebelled, and they, didn't want to be slaves anymore.
So they ran off and did their own thing, right?
Yeah.
So why'd they come back?
Distance,
to...
She has a...
Yeah, she is swimming the same distance that Elisa and Ferris ran, like, a half a dozen times.
Sure, I'm just surprised that it's, like, her goal is to swim a certain distance, not a certain...
time.
Speed. Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe it's early enough in her training that she hasn't gotten to a time yet.
Yeah, maybe. I do remember my brother when he was a kid before we moved, was in the swimming club, and as I think a fundraiser, was marathoning laps.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah. So he would have gotten pledges for like $1 a lap or something like that.
Sure.
And I think he made it up to, as like a 6 or 7 year old, I think it was 80 odd laps he did.
Wow.
Good. I really enjoyed being on the swim team, but I would get ear infections like crazy.
That's not good.
And
From the
so,
chlorine?
What?
From the chlorine?
No. So, well, I mean, just the water. Like,
Chlorine
so water would
kills-
literally get clogged into your ear,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and it sucked because it threw off like the pressure,
Right.
Yep.
and like it would literally just it would hurt so much. And you had to get a warm pad for your pillow to like somehow that helped. I can't really remember why.
Probably just the temperature helped expand the muscles over there, so it stopped holding the water in.
Yeah, but like it would suck because I'd like wake up and I'd like sort of turn my head around and all of a sudden like there'd just be this big wet spot on my pillow and I'm like, the pain's gone in my head, but now I'm waking up to like water. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody's
By the way,
happy.
guys, she did it.
Well, yeah,
Hooray!
we're not surprised.
I think it's just proof she should have set a harder goal.
Even those who didn't believe she could swim 50 meters.
Excuse me, they're arges, not meters.
That's true. Well, and they're arge, not arges.
One arge, two arges.
No, one arge, many arge.
Oh, please, they're not fish.
Yeah, they kind of are, actually.
But what about all the little fishies in the deep blue sea? Stunned silence.
Alright, you got me.
So
That
is
has
Laura
a-
finally realizing she has the hots for Reen?
That's what I. That's I believe that is where that is going. I mean, their bond is strengthening.
Yeah, but that could have been the first bonding event you did with Laura, and she probably would have felt the same way.
Probably. Well, but I mean, your bond still would have strengthened because this is chapter 5. So there have been times when you've linked together.
I mean, sure, I'm not saying it's 0, but the idea, maybe it could have been done a bit more like Fire Emblem supports if you've played that.
We've talked about this. I've never played a Fire Emblem game.
Okay. Basically, the support system is after, spending enough time together in battles, and that one it's usually physically being next to the other person because it's a tactics game.
Right.
Then you can open up vignettes for different character pairs that are, C rank, B rank, A rank.
Sure.
And they just represent the developing relationship.
Okay. Sailor Moon is looking for her cat.
Oh no! Have we found out
Oh, wait. Not her cat. Not her cat. Sorry.
Have we found out anything about the cat?
No.
That's
That
mysterious.
plot point has been sitting in the exact same spot for 10, 20 hours in game. It's getting annoying.
All right, I'll just.
Probably more so because we're going through the game slowly in calendar time.
That's true.
Mariners 1,
I'm
2, or
just
3.
saying,
Yay!
Now
Nothing
the
has
Royals are
happened
in town
for
and we're gonna win.
months.
Hopefully.
Oh, are the Mariners doing bad?
No, they had a
They're
pretty good
doing...
June.
Yeah, they actually did have a good June.
Are they at 500?
No.
So when
They're-
you say they had a good June, it's all relative?
They got they got to 500 and above it in June.
But now it's July, so...
Right. They had one of the best Junes in baseball,
Mhm.
but that's because and so them still being below 500 is because they had an absolutely awful April and May.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. All right, so we're looking for a cat.
Is it a black cat?
It is a black cat.
Does it have purple ears?
Yes.
Is there a reason
Is it right
Paxton
outside my
isn't in
window?
the All-Star game? Shouldn't he deserve to be there?
It's because pitchers are up to the managers.
So he didn't impress the right person or something?
I guess not.
It
That
might be
sucks.
that the manager wasn't willing to let him get tired for a game that doesn't matter.
Well, it's not our manager.
Oh,
No, yeah, it's like a Captain A, Captain B kind of deal,
Yeah.
but with grown adults and millions.
And going to
and
the All-Star game is enough of a like when you pitch in the All-Star game, you pitch like an inning.
yeah,
okay.
So it's enough of a
and he's had a dynamite year so far.
yeah, it's enough of a feather in your cap that your manager is like, yeah, please, yeah, just go.
Well, and it's
Fair
good
enough.
for the team. Like,
yeah, that's that too, because it's exposure.
yeah,
to a
it's
market
exposure. It shows, it sells jerseys. It puts seats and tickets. Like, what's
Tickets and
Paxton Knight
seats.
going to be called in the future? Like,
Butts
Felix
and
is
seats.
the King Court.
I don't know. We'll see. We have to
Pax
make
for
sure
Paxton,
that he's actually.
and it'll just be everyone brings a 6-pack.
We have to make sure that he's
Paxton's
actually,
Baxtons.
fixed before
Yeah.
we start anything like that.
It is amazing how Felix basically never really got injured for his 10 years until like the last 2 or 3 now.
Yep. Oh look, we stumbled across the cat.
My cat is really unimpressed.
Why didn't the cat do that earlier?
Yeah, my cat is really unimpressed. She's actually facing the other way.
I don't doubt it.
Well, isn't that just how Poohshanks interacts with other cats?
More or less.
Does she interact with other cats?
Not really.
She got distracted by sardines.
And apparently a saucer full of milk. That wasn't the question, Reen. Like, thanks for the info, but that's not... I don't think that's what Emma was asking about.
Is it true that fish, like cats actually don't like fish so much, but the story goes that, like, because rats were so prevalent on ships, that's why cats would love going to, like, fishing boats and stuff?
Maybe. But
Probably.
like cats don't like water.
Yeah.
Cats avoid water as much as they can. So you're never going to catch a cat fishing.
Yeah. So is it just they
So-
know it's food, but it's not something
Probably.
they would go for?
I mean, they also don't drink milk.
No. It's bad
Yeah.
for
Because
them,
they're
someone said.
They're lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
He gives them the runs. Cats will be cats.
Mm-hmm. Where did the cats drink milk thing come from?
No idea. But it's a very, very old, stereotype.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
Like, I believe, I can remember Alice in Wonderland has saucer of milk for the kitty.